gorgeous friends on the internet, how you guys doing today? In this episode we are gonna be creating charts. Well, actually one chart, but you can make all kinds after we make this one. It's gonna be a perfect introduction if you've never done data visualization before. This is gonna be the perfect intro. We're gonna be using chart.js, which is a JavaScript library, and yeah, here, take a look. This is what we're gonna be building. Wow, look at that. Ours is fancy, so that's really cool. Okay, so let's get started. That's the end of the introduction. Let's get going. This one is going to be quite a quick one. It's not as difficult as you might imagine. So we have an index HTML here with just a link style sheet, a linked script.main.js, which is empty, and this is empty as well. All right, and then we just need a CDN. So we need to go to CDN and get the chart.js library. Now again, you can just go to Safari quickly and just search up CDN and then do chart.js. So go in the first one, which is going to be here. Is that the one? Yeah. And just copy this over and paste it in your script tag. I believe I got it from CDN.js here. This is the one I used. So the first one here. All right. So copy that, paste it, and we good to go. Okay. So we got that out of the way. All right. So what we need is actually not too much in the HTML. We just need a div in here. Now let me name it the same way because I have the finished one here. So how do I open it up? There we go. So we just need a div here. I'm going to name it chart, and then it's going to be a canvas. All right. So it's actually going to be drawn in 2D here with an ID. So I'm going to do this and add an ID to it and just call it my chart. All right. And that's it. So that's all the HTML. For styling, we'll just position it in the middle. So we're going to do body display flex. All right, and then do align item center and justify content center and add a height of 100 VH. Again, this just takes the chart and puts it in the middle of the screen. That's all it does. And now to actually make it work, let's leave it like this because I want to show you something else actually. So let's just leave it like this and close it up. Okay, and now we just go to main.js and we can get going. So the first thing we need to do is select the canvas. So we can do const and call this CTX, all right, and say document, query selector, skeleton, and we're gonna grab my chart. Actually get element, but we need the ID here. I mean, we can do this. Query selector, where's the hash? Where's the hashtag? I lost it, no. Here it is, alt, no. Okay, so we're gonna do get element by ID. This Macintosh is just too complicated for me. My chart, okay? And then here at the end, we do get context and we say 2D, all right? We can use 3D as well if we're doing 3D stuff like 3JS, but in this case, 2D, all right? So just do that. Perfect. So that's one thing that we need to do. Now, the second one is gonna be, we need data, right? What are we gonna visually represent on the screen? So for that, I just used, don't judge me, I used Minecraft. My girlfriend loves Minecraft. So we just got the sales of Minecraft throughout the years. So I believe I searched sales of Minecraft like that. And we just pulled out this information, all right? So the total sales and the year. So that's what we're going to use. You can use anything you want, but that's what we're going to use. Okay, now let me minimize that and get back to it. Okay, cool. So the way this works is we create a const and call it labels. All right, so this is going to be the years. So it's going to be an array here, and we're just going to do 2020, 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015. So I just pulled again all of those years in here, 2016 all the way up to date. So there we go. How have you been? Are you doing good? Say hug your mom. There we go. That's random. Why did I say that? Okay, to 2020. Don't hug your uncle though. So we have the labels, and now we can create another const called data, like that. And this takes quite a few things. One of them is going to be labels. All right? So we're passing this in here, labels, and then we're actually gonna need the data sets. So data sets, like that. And this is gonna be an array here, an array, and then with objects. So an array of objects here. So in here, we're gonna have another data. I know. They should have named it they should have made it a bit different. It's data, data, data. It is what it is. So here, so labels, it's clear. Okay, it's the years that go in. In the data sets here, this data are the actual points on the graph. So let me just pull that up really quickly for demonstration purposes. Where is it? Here it is. All right. Macintosh. Go out of full screen. There we go. So again, this is the labels here, 2012, 2013, 2014, and this is the data in the data sets, which are the points. Perfect. So let me minimize that. Cool. So here we're just gonna pass the sales. So 221 million, 326 million. Let me see, 165, 350, 420. Again, you can pass anything random or just copy other stuff off the internet. I'm not forcing you to do Minecraft stuff here. My girlfriend might, but I'm not. So there we go. That's it. So that's our data in there. Now, another thing is there's a label in here as well. I'm going to call it Minecraft sales, Minecrafty sales. And hit save. So what that is, again, I'm going to show you the finished product here, is this here, up here, Minecraft. So that's the label. So you can click, you can toggle it. Super cool. Okay. Now let's also open up live server here. So I'm going to say open with live server. Nothing's going to happen yet. So we still have a blank page. Okay. I'm going to hide it. And now what we need to do is just go all the way down here and create a const config file. Set this equal to, it's going to be an object. There we go. And hide this. Come on, hide. There we go. We need to define what kind of graph we want. We can make a donut. We can make a circle. We can make lines. This one's going to be a line. But all of them have the same structure to it. So it's not really, you learn one and you can do the other ones. Now data here, it takes the data. We're just going to pass down this data. All right. So we're passing down the info. Everything that we made up here, we're just basically passing it into this object. And we can also have an options in here. And for now, we're just going to say, we're just going to make it responsive. So that's going to say responsive true. And that's all we're going to do. Okay, and that's it. So basically when we're using chart.js, we create a my chart, I'm gonna name it my chart, and set this equal to a new chart. And here, like that, oh, you little shit, my chart. So, oh, how am I supposed to beat that? It takes in two parameters. One is going to be the element, so the actual canvas, CTX, and the other one would be an object where you pass in the data and everything, but we added everything in this config. So we can just say config here and we're done with it. All right, so that's kind of the nice thing by doing it. That's not working right now because I messed up something. So up here where it says data sets, make sure it's all lowercase and then it should work. So there we go. We have our graph. It doesn't look good, but it works. Look at that. We have the numbers here, the sales numbers, the years, and then we can hover over it and we get nice animations going. And yeah, super cool. It looks quite small, so we can go to style.css and just make it a bit bigger here. So we can, the way you can, so it doesn't work, okay? It just doesn't freaking work. That's why we need to add this div. So whenever you create these damn charts, you need to surround it with a div. And then on that div, you need to add a position relative. And that way it's gonna work. So to make it sized properly, make sure you have responsive true here in the options, and then in style.css get the div so you can do chart. I'm smashing my hand because I'm mad. do a position relative. There we go. And the width is going to be, I'm going to make it 50 VW and the height is 50 VH. All right, so kind of half the size. There we go. So that's it. Everything works nicely. And when we rescale it, it's going to keep it nice and responsive. Okay, cool. All right, so we got that out of the way. Now let's style it up and make it look cool and then add a little animation and then we are done. So one issue currently that we have is that this doesn't show like the dollar sign and the millions. So this would represent 150 million, 200 billion, 300 billion, blah, 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 blah. All right, so that's an issue. Now you might be going like, oh, well, I just go here and add the strings and say dollar sign 200. Wrong. It doesn't work. It don't work. You think this library is simple? It is not. It is simple, but they do make it a bit complicated for no apparent reason. So to make that work, we're actually going to need to make a function. And the way we can do that is, I don't know, I forgot. Give me a second, okay? It's been a long day. Where is it? Where's the damn function? So, hello. You can come in. She's trying to be quiet. It's so funny because I'm searching for a function and it's been like totally quiet and then you're creeping in. Okay, so anyway, moving on from that little bit, we're gonna look for, oh yeah, adding the millions and the bajillions. So for that, what we need to do is in the options, we need to go back in the options. That wasn't a fart in case that came true. We're gonna do scales here. So scales, and then this is gonna be an object. So we're gonna target the Y, which is again the vertical one, the millions, bajillions. So Y, and then it's just curly brackets after curly brackets. And then we're gonna get ticks here, and in here we can run a callback. I know this is a bit scary, just copy paste it, okay? That's what the docs say. So here you can do a function. My girlfriend is having a lovely time with me filming here. So this one takes just the value. So we need the value and then we can attach a string on either side of it, okay? All right, glad you trust me. So let's go back, make another curly bracket 2 here, there we go. And in here, we're just returning. So the whole purpose of this is to return the value, but adding the plus here. Adding the plus here of a dollar sign. There we go. And then, oh, the plus goes after. There we go. Okay, so we add the dollar sign there, and then we add the M here and hit save. All right. So again, copy paste this. If it looks weird, it looks weird for me as well. It's just the way it is. Okay, and that should be it. So if we check now, look at that. We have 500 million, 400 million, etc., etc. Perfect. Okay, so that's done. And now what we can do is just style this up a little bit because it doesn't look that nice. So what we can do first of all is let's change up some colors in here. So the way you can do that is again, kind of in this data sets here, right? You can add a bunch of stuff. So something like fill, if I add true to this, look at that, it's filled up. Now I can also modify the background if I want to. So I can do, let's do background color, okay, like that. And I can do black, for example. So let me see if I can figure this hashtag out. There we go. So 000, that's black. And that's what we get there. Now we can also add a gradient to it, which is what we're going to do. And that's a bit, you know, it looks, it takes a bit of code, but not too bad. So I'm just going to add a comment here and say, let's do it on the top here. Let's go up here and say gradient fill. There we go. And here I'm just going to do a let gradient and set this equal to, we're going to get ctx, all right, so the canvas. And on this, we can add a method called create linear gradient. Go figure. And this one takes 4 properties. So the starting position and the ending position. So the x1 and y1 would be the starting position, so horizontally and vertically. And the other two would be, well, yeah, the end of it. So we'll just do 0, 0, 0, and 400 here, which means it's going to go from the bottom to the top. And that's it. And then we just need to add the colors to it. So the way you can do that is say gradient dot add color stop, like that. And now the starting position, it's going to be 0 to 1, right? So if you want to have 4 colors, you can do 0.2, wait, I don't know the math of that. Let's do 5 colors, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, and 1. So this one starts from 0, and then we add the color here in strings. So RGBA, and then I'll do this. I found this, and it's quite nice. So just copy paste this over like that. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna grab it again and add the color stop. We're gonna say 1 here, and we're gonna do RGBA. This one is gonna be 0, 210, 255, and I'm gonna add 0.3 here. So the last one here is, so RGBA, right? Red, green, blue, and the last one is alpha, which controls the opacity of it. So from 1, which is full on opacity, to 0.3 ghost type shit. Okay, so we're gonna keep that there, and then what we do is, since we have this, we just paste it in here for the color, for the background color. So let's go here and just say gradient, and this should do it. Hit save, and look at that. How pretty does that look? Super cool. We can also control the stroke of this if we want to. So for that, we can do another gradient. I did here, but we're gonna keep this short. You can just kind of copy paste it if you want to add a gradient on that as well. I'm gonna keep it simple and just say border color. I believe that one was the one. Let's just try it. Let's do 000. Not #00, let's do hashtag 000. Okay, so border color is gonna add it like that. Cool. Cool, but we'll do white. So let's do white. Maybe a grayish would also look pretty cool. There we go. All right. You cannot see it, but it is what it is. And what we can also do is the dot here, right? The little dots, we can make them a different color as well if we want to. So the way you can do that is do point background color like that. So let's do FFF on this one as well. So I'm gonna say FFF, hit save, and now it's white. It's hard to see, so let's make them a bit bigger. And you can do that here in the config section. So a bit of jumping around, hips and hoops, but not too bad. So here in the options, let's do it above the responsive. The way we can change it is say radius. And I'm gonna say 5, comma. There we go. So now they're quite big. Okay, there we go. And yeah, maybe a different color would be nice here, but I'll do black now, okay? Which is 000. All right, there we go. Oh, that looks horrendous. I'll keep it white. Where is that? I need that gray. I'm not satisfied with this. Let's see. I believe this is the one. So I'll just copy over an RGBA here, and you can paste it as well. So copy, color here. We're gonna change it to this. Paste. Okay, let's just do RGB like that. And hit save. Okay, so 189, 195, and 199. There we go, a grayish color. Cool. Okay, so that's how we get the point. This is how we increase the size of it. What we can also do is increase the hit radius of it. So we don't need to actually go on the dot for it to trigger, for this label to pop up for us. So the way we can do that is just go in here and say hit radius and say something like 30. All right, so now when I get close to it, it triggers it already. So that's quite nice. Makes it a bit more accessible. Okay, another thing we can do is say hover radius. There's just tons of properties in here. I'm gonna do 12 on this one. This just basically increases the size of the bubble, and we like bigger bubbles, don't we? So yeah, that looks cool. Okay, that's kind of the main thing that you need, to be honest. And even on refresh, you have a nice updating graph here that kind of animates. But what we want to do is update the whole shebang. So all the points to be updated one by one. So the way we can do that is, I'm gonna copy it over from the docs because it just works and it's simple. I'm gonna add smoothness to it. You can go to here to data sets, and it was called tension. All right, so you can add a tension, and this value goes from 0 to 1, One is full-on Bezier curve. Let me show you. If we add one here, it looks like that. Not too nice. So something a bit like 0.2, 0.1 is gonna make it look quite nice. So there we go. It adds a bit of smoothness to it, but nothing too crazy. Maybe even more, 0.4. Let's see. Save. Look at that. Okay. So you can do that with the tension. I'm gonna leave it without it, because why not? Okay. Where is that damn code? Right here below the responsive, we're gonna add this animation here. So it's gonna be an animation property that's gonna have an onComplete on it. And we're gonna switch delay true here. Now we don't have a delayed one, a delayed variable, so let's make it up here. Just declaring it, let delayed like that without any value to it. And here we switch it to true. And then it also has a delay method on here. And this is a different one. So delayed is just a Boolean. This one is a number here. And then it does some checking here of I have no idea what this means, but it does a delay, okay? And then it works. That's how I'm gonna explain it. That we're gonna keep it simple. It's from the docs, it works. Look at that. Ain't that wonderful? That's perfect. That's all we need. All right, that's gonna be it. I guess I do want to show you where it is, but they make it so. Why are you? You'd think it would be under animations, right? But you're wrong. It's not animation. So we're here. I don't see it. You don't see it. None of us see it. Draw. Drop. Twitter. Okay. What if we Google the code? I'll paste this. Maybe it's gonna pop up. No, nothing pops up. Okay, so I was looking for the code for the animation, and I cannot find it.
It's called delay.
So we learn new information. It's called delay. So let's look for delay. Delay. Let's search up delay. Oh, there it is. So yeah, here we go. So this is all the code that you need to delay a graph. And as you can see, it works with all of them. So yeah, that's it. Thank you. Hope you had a fun time. I sure did. This was so fun to build. Yeah, until next time, have a wonderful day. Check out the courses below. And oh, dare I say there's a new one coming up that's not related to design, but more JavaScripty stuff and animations. I'm not going to spoil too much yet, but it's coming very, very soon. So until next time, bye-bye.